The Vault has gotten a reputation for being pretty gnarly.
It has very much been one workout a week for 25 weeks with the goal to develop consistency. Scores don't matter, you just can't miss. Like, that piece of it has remained the same. The workouts themselves, many of them look so simple on paper. You're just gonna be like, oh, how bad could it be? No problem. That's our bread and butter at Street Parking Rightus too. Invite you in with something that doesn't look intimidating and allow you to push with something that's doable. Doable can be more scary than not.
We are going on year 6 now, which is super cool. I remember we were out in New York.
It was in the parking lot at the hotel at summer camp in 2019.
Pulling from inspiration, 1, the CrossFit Open, and 2, Disneyland.
And then we talked about street parking and how our message is less about performance, like elite performance against other people, and more about consistency. And it's like, how can we take that idea, tweak it in a way that makes sense for our community?
25 weeks, 6 months, you must complete it within
Julian has this love for Disney. He used to be such a nerd about Disney movies.
They would take a collection of movies, they would release them for a certain amount of time, and then they would put them back away in the vault. The whole idea came about, do one workout a week, 25 weeks to help build consistency and to put a theme around it so that way people can latch onto that concept as well. Again, if you missed it, you missed it.
I feel like he's had these planned out for years in advance.
There's that element of fear factor, like, oh man, what am I walking into?
There are some workouts that are just cruel, but in a really great way.
All of them are not meant to be like, this is gonna destroy you or wreck you. We try to have some variance within there, but there's a lot of thought put into each one, and we'll lay out all 25 weeks and make sure that there's a good representation of different movements. We strategically place them and assign them to a character or tweak them.
I think it's really an opportunity for us to get as creative as we possibly can.
But there's an art and a finesse to it that we find as we test it over and over by multiple people doing it. How long did it take? What was the stimulus? Were you able to stay tuned in?
Because we're putting it out to the public and because we've made it such a thing, and we know that some people, that might be the only street parking workout that they do, we really want to make sure that the goal times and the suggested loading and all of that stuff is very accurate.
They make it a priority to at least get one workout a week, and it's the vault workout.
For them to just kind of cling to that one workout each week, I think that's a huge win.
The most powerful message within the vault is that it's 6 months long. Yet you find an online competition, a weekend event, even the CrossFit Open, which is 3 weeks long now. It's testing something different than the vault is testing. That's testing performance. Can you go hard, show up for 3 weeks and beat other people? But when you look at 6 months, you're asking a completely different question. And so for us, when people buy into the vault, they're signing up for 6 months.
It's come down to the truest test of consistency, I think. Can you do one workout a week for 25 weeks?
It's just been fun to have the community rally behind something every single week. Not that we don't do that with the daily workouts, but the vault really brings the community together. People have made connections over the vault, whether it be FaceTiming each other, doing the workout together.
It just connects people. People love a common enemy and people love overcoming things together, and I feel like the vault gives them both of those things.